Okay, so imagine you don't have your homework for your teacher and it was due today. Your excuse that the dog ate your homework isn't going to fly. It's too common, kind of vague, and not to mention unlikely. But what if you had a real reason? You would make sure to have the evidence to back it up, get notes from parents, and do whatever you could to make sure that you prove your point. Writing the SAT essay is not much different than making any other argument. So let's look at making it a good one. Your main goals are to prove you read and understood the passage and can construct a solid, well-reasoned, and well-supported academic essay. Begin by weighing your evidence and then formulating and writing your thesis statement. You should try to have a clever opening to capture the reader's attention, but more importantly, you need to state your thesis clearly and forcefully. Let's look at an assignment. Regardless of whatever the passage is, the assignment will be the same. You will need to explain how the author builds an argument to persuade his or her audience. That means you'll need to analyze the argument. How does the author use evidence, like facts and examples, to support his or her argument? How does the author use reasoning to develop the ideas in the passage and to connect his or her argument with the evidence presented? How does the author use stylistic elements like word choice or persuasive elements like appeals to emotion to strengthen his or her argument? You want to focus your analysis on the most relevant features of the passage. You don't want to just write a summary of the passage. Remember, this is supposed to be an analytical essay, not a book report. Also, your essay should not explain whether or not you agree with the author. Let's focus on the do's. Your essay should explain how the author builds an argument to persuade his or her audience. This means you will need to provide evidence that shows how the author builds an argument. Now, how can you best frame your thesis? Start by gathering your evidence. Your evidence can include the evidence the author uses, the way the author uses evidence, the author's reasoning, the way the author uses reasoning, the stylistic elements the author uses, the persuasive elements the author uses, or anything else you can find in the passage. Once you've gathered the evidence, sort through it and figure out what bits are the strongest, then build your essay off of this evidence. Let the evidence guide your thesis. When you have a strong foundation to base the rest of your essay on, get to work and write. But here's an important point to remember while you're writing. You must explain why your examples relate to your thesis. Begin each paragraph with a topic sentence that links to your thesis and end each paragraph with a concluding sentence that links back to your thesis. In between, make sure your example is supporting your thesis. Make it easy for your graders to see that you are following the instructions. Finally, you'll come to your concluding paragraph. End your essay with a final global thought. Your conclusion should make a broader connection to your thesis, offer a solution, or refine or clarify your thesis. A conclusion should also provide closure to the essay. Additionally, the conclusion should leave the reader with something to think about. And with that, I'll leave you with something to think about. You know what the essay assignment is going to be. If you practice writing the essay a few times, it will probably be much easier for you when you take the test for real.